As a turf industry, we spend a lot of time looking at the products we use, applying them at the right time, the intervals, the programs. Sometimes we forget about actually looking at the way we're applying them in a nozzle, a water volume, or maybe the pressure that we use. So today we focused on how you put those three components together. The interesting thing about nozzles is we have some new technology that's come out recently in the last few years that really allow us as turf managers to better apply those products. Before, we used to be more concerned about things like drift and clogging, and now we can actually avoid drift and avoid clogging and use a nozzle that really makes our products perform. And so today we focused on finding those nozzles, and the one that seems to make the most sense for turf is air induction nozzles. And as most turf managers know, we're trying to put several things in a tank and making those all perform, and this nozzle seems to make the most difference. As far as water volume is concerned, one of the concerns that turf managers have is time. And the more water volume they use, the more time it takes to make that application, the more tanks they have to fill up. So one of the focuses of the program today was to look at nozzles that maybe could decrease the water volume to a point that would still allow the product to perform. And again, it points back to using the correct nozzle to get that coverage at maybe a lower water volume so you can maximize your use of time. And then the last thing is pressure, and this is something that's not focused on very often. It used to be that we would generally feel that we needed to reduce the pressure to reduce drift. Unfortunately, that may affect the performance of the materials we use in a fashion where we're not getting the canopy penetration that we would like to have. So with the newer nozzles, we can use higher pressures that allow that product to, especially if it's a systemic or if we're targeting something that needs to be applied to the soil, it'd be something that can penetrate the canopy, and we get to maximize performance of all of our materials.